Here we are, South Street, right here, front and south. The Mason-Dixon survey, the most southern point of Philadelphia that was part of that Mason-Dixon line survey, which was a dispute between William Penn and that guy down in Baltimore, Lord Baltimore, and they had surveyors, Mason and Dixon, and they took scientific measurements all around these parts, well, not all around, starting here and down that way, to figure out where is Pennsylvania and where is Maryland. You guys ever watch that TV show Bar Rescue? Well, the TV show Bar Rescue, this plot of land was a bar called Downey's. And it's safe to say John Taffer did not rescue this bar. And I don't think it's John Taffer's fault. I think, every bar he tries to rescue, if it's not like a natural disaster, it's usually because of poor management. And, once John Taffer leaves, he gives you a bunch of good ideas. You still got the shitty owner or the bad manager. So, over there you got the Tully Cross. Oh no! Breaking Philadelphia news. The Irish shop on South Street. It's not here no more, cuz. Where will you buy the $60 Jeff caps? Or no, they went up to $65 Jeff caps. I went over here. This is a cool place. I just started playing chess. And I gotta tell you, I'm doing horrible. If you're following my chess life, it's not going well. But I just found out about this place, and this is called the Queen and Rook Game Cafe. And it's a giant bar, and they have all these board games that you can play, but they also have chess tournaments. Down in the basement, they have an arcade. Really cool. I was looking for a digital chessboard, but they don't have one there. Check out this little street art right here on South Street. Right here's Patty Wax. That's a bar. I once started a riot in during, what was it? I started the riot on Thanksgiving Eve. I sang a song. I was in a punk band called Public Urination, and we sang a song called Sandusky, and a bunch of Penn State students got very mad. Now, this is the very beginning of the Penn State thing. They were very mad, and they jumped on stage, and they tried to punch us. I got off stage very quickly, and my drummer got punched, and then his girlfriend or wife came on stage, and then but melee ensued. They had to close the bar down early because of a song. Okay, not because of a song, because of people, defending Jerry Sandusky. I mean, and by the way, they were wrong. We are in the Society Hill section. This is new. This like little dumb gazebo, roofless gazebo. You go right. Yeah, I'm down on 2nd Street still. This is one of those old trolleys that used to exist, but doesn't exist anymore. You can see it's asphalt trolley tracks. Right here, this is the New Market, the head house, and this is one of the oldest colonial markets in the United States. It's still open once in a while. They'll do flea markets in the summertime. In the wintertime, they sell Christmas trees in here. And Boys II Men filmed the music video. I think down that end, there's also a Wawa. You got the brick streets. One way you can tell you're in Society Hill is they don't have regular pavement. They have red brick. Right? So look, oh, we're in Society Hill, hon. You can tell by that way, and also the street lamps. That street lamp was designed by Ben Franklin himself. How exciting. Yeah, I love this little section of Society Hill with the Belgian blocks and this house here. It's got a giddy up. And if you had a horse You would get on your giddy up. That's not the technical name, but that would give you a boost to jump on your horse. There's the Franklin light. This is a way you would open these things up, and you would, put shit in your basement. A lot of people back in this, in the 1800s or the 1700s, they would have businesses out of the first floor, and they would live out of the second floor of their houses. I'm not sure if that's near Elfreth's alley, but I think that might be this way too. There's another house with a smaller giddy up, and they also have a thing for you to tie up your horse and or pit bull. Look how cool this street is. Ooh, could that make the calendar? Nah. That was Delancey Street. This is my street, American Street. It's this little tiny old street with the Belgian blocks, and then it's just, there's no tourist on this street, and it's just pretty. And then there's other streets like Elfreth's Alley, which isn't too far from here, which is like swarmed with tourists. Meanwhile, this beautiful street, I've never seen anybody on here. Only thing about living on this street is there's no parking, right? So if I lived here, I would probably double park to drop off my groceries into my house. I guess that's how it's done. Some parts of the city, they'll have these entryways to the basement, and they're usually flat on the ground, but there's no pavement here. So the property, they pretty much have to build these at like it's bigger than a 45-degree angle. Pretty much straight up in the air. This is 3rd and Spruce. And when you get to this section of Society Hill, one of my favorite things to check out are the railings. And if you were in New Orleans for the Eagles Super Bowl, these railings could look familiar, because these are the people who made the railings for some of the properties around here also made the railings for the French Quarter. Oh, look, see? In New Orleans. Look at that. How exciting. So this is 2nd Street. You look up here, there's restaurant equipment here. And you got restaurant equipment on the sign over there. This used to be called Restaurant Row, Cook's Row, Condominium. A lot of the buildings that are now condos try to pay homage to what the building used to be before it became condos. This was like glass. What they make here, I think they make glass or cups or something. Now it's a gym, hun. I'll tell you what, right up there is the Ben Franklin Bridge. I haven't done the bridge crossing in a long time. But if this video, we got to do an outrageous number. If this video gets 2,500 likes, I will walk over the Ben Franklin Bridge. Here. This is Elfreth's Alley. People have been living on this street since the early 1700s. There's a few tourists on the street right now, but not many. You come here in the springtime, cuz so many people taking pictures. We're coming up to the Firefighters Museum. It's called Fireman's Hall. And it's a fireman museum. It talks about the history of firefighting. They have old fire trucks. Right here is an old horse fountain. I think the museum's free. You just give them a donation. Some old fire trucks. They have an old fire pole from a firehouse that was torn down. They have old wooden pipes that they use to move water from one point to the other. They used wood. A lot of old cities used lead, and And William Penn was like, I don't like glass, let's do wood. Matter of fact, when they dig up the streets these days in this part of the city, when they dig up the streets, sometimes they still find the old wood pipes. Here's one of the few restaurant businesses that's still open, the Barstool Store. This is a billboard in Philadelphia, and it's illegal to have a three-sided advertising billboard. So what they do is they take a picture of the clouds on this one billboard, and then they change that image every few years. But they're not allowed to use that space for advertising. The Ben Franklin Bridge, you walk up there and you go all the way over to Camden. How exciting. Maybe I could walk to Donkey's, get a cheesesteak. They make a good cheesesteak over in Donkey's. I never parked here. I don't know how the hell you even get to this street. All right, we're at 2nd and Calla-Hill, getting ready to walk underneath I-95, getting back to Delaware Ave, parked at the casino. This is this weird little hidden park they have behind I-95. If you didn't know, you come back here, I-95 is right there. You can see the cars whizzing past. Hidden Philadelphia. Hidden alleyways, hidden parks. Got some new construction going on right here. And then here's another park. No dogs allowed. Look at this, they're building a house right here into the park. This is a cool street because this park, it takes you right to another historic site. These are the steps that you would take to go on the King's Highway, which is another word for the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, the steps here were commissioned by William Penn. And these steps would give you access to the Delaware River. Walk down these steps. Kind of gives me, you ever see people do tours of Jack the Ripper? They have these weird alleyways, kind of like this. And so these steps were commissioned by William Penn himself, and the city ended right here. I think this is Water Street. And we developed the city down to the river there by a grant given to the city by a guy named Stephen Girard. And he gave the city $1 million back when $1 million was $1 trillion. And he said, you know, in his will, when he left the city the money, he goes, listen, this street here, Water Street, it's garbage, dirty, disgusting, right? I want you guys to clean up the riverfront. Here's some money. And here's the deal, though. You got to name the street Delaware Ave. All right? And that's what they did. So whenever you drive down Delaware Ave, which isn't too far from Girard Ave, which is named after Stephen Girard, right? How humble. He could have said name it Girard Ave. But he said, no, I'm going to name it Delaware Ave. That's a very cool mural. I think that went up around 9/11. I believe that's a big storage company. You got new construction here. I think in a few years they're tearing down that Dave & Buster's and they're going to be putting up new construction there. I guarantee you this won't be a vacant lot for much longer. It's changing, hun. Delaware Ave. Oh, wait, it's not even Delaware Ave. It's Columbus Boulevard here. That's right. I forgot they did that. You know Steven Gerrard, the guy who gave us the money? He's like, do me a favor. Make sure you name it Delaware Ave. And the city honored his legacy by changing the name. You can see the storm clouds, man. Oh, this area right here. You can lease this parking lot. Oh, wait. You can see how the wind is definitely picking up. I've never seen clouds go, well, I probably have, but the clouds are going by fast. The wind, oh boy. Oh, chaos and anarchy. Chaos and anarchy, hun, it's coming. The fence is getting blown over. See, I was getting ready to start a diet, and I realized if I lose any weight, I get super skinny and blow away in these windstorms. I just canceled my diet. All I hear is like stuff falling over in all these construction sites. I don't think anybody was expecting a tornado to come. So I just hear loud bangs. Woo. Safe and sound before the tornado hits Phil. I don't know if it's going to be a tornado. We do get hit with them once in a while. The tarp blowing off the roof up there. Look, this fence is blowing into the street. Oh shit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a hero. Watch this. Oh, look, it knocked over all of this fencing. That's the loud bang I heard. There you go, I saved the day. I'm a hero. It's nice to be nice sometimes. I heard a jerk off say that in the movie. All right, well listen, I appreciate you coming around for this walk. I hope I make it home. If you can, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I do cameos. I also have a Patreon, and you can check out my merch on Hog Island Press.